9, tomorrow, children across the country will take part in trick-or-treating, of course. All that candy comes with a whole lot of sugar, and a big part of the appeal of trick-or-treating is getting that sugar, but that sugar can cause issues for kids. Rich Razgaitis is here now. He's a national hydration and water expert, here to talk about how to curb the negative effects on kids' bodies. Of course, this is the big thing, you could not wait till Halloween because you knew you were going to get all that great candy. How much sugar are kids ingesting around Halloween time for trick-or-treating?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's as much as when we were kids and probably amplified a little bit. So the average kid in Halloween tomorrow night is going to ingest around 3 cups of sugar. That is 16 times the recommended daily allowance. So, I'm kind of a little hesitant to be the guy coming in talking about water and hydration on Halloween, but it's a really important subject because the vast majority of Americans, including kids, are chronically dehydrated, and this can actually help a lot, prevent a lot of crashes and whatnot.
Well, it sounds, if you want to keep eating your candy, you drink your water. I mean, that's a good little thing to go along with it, I suppose, if you balance it both.
Gamify it with your kids.
Exactly.
So you have a piece of candy, have some water.
All right.
Have a piece of candy, have some water.
So what is it doing to their bodies? You say it leads to dehydration, but talk a little bit about how that all works.
Well, there's actually kind of 2 components that are happening. One is that chronic dehydration leads to sugar and food cravings. So one of the reasons that we actually crave food and sugar and we binge eat, including kids as well, is because we're in a chronically dehydrated state. So simply by properly hydrating at the start of the day, throughout the day, on Halloween night, tomorrow night, but also just throughout the year, you're actually going to prevent a lot of that, and then it'll also prevent a lot of the crashes as well. So hydration is the hack to be able to feel better, sleep better, eat better.
So it sounds like a cycle. It sounds like you're going through a cycle.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they end up like counter affecting each other, and one leads to another and another and another. And so solving the hydration problem solves a good portion of that. And then also if you just drink prior to trick-or-treating, like as you're putting the outfits on, moms and dads, make sure your kids have a big glass of water, and that'll just help blunt some of the effects of sugar.
Gotcha.
And make for a more seamless, calm evening.
Yeah, so if you're a parent, this is actually a good tip for you, because then you don't have to deal with a child who's, got the sugar rush going, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're all going to be amped like 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And so for those of us that are parents, I'm one. For those of us that want to have a little bit more of a calm and peaceful 9 to 11 p.m. and a good bedtime, just making sure, it's a simple thing, right? Like go to 2 houses, have some water, have a piece of candy, have some water, start the night, drink some water. And it's also just a good cycle for us to be able to kind of program our kids to good behaviors.
That was my next point here. I mean, if you start at that age, it's just good for them. It's something they keep doing throughout their life. If it's just a matter of part of life, a part
100%.
of everything that you do.
I mean, that's like probably one of the biggest problems that we have is that we start and develop these bad behaviors or lack. Yeah, exactly. So if we get them early on, so tomorrow's kind of a fun night to start.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point here. Tell us about the rule of 8 as a good reminder for families.
Young kids, 8 sips a day. So small sip, 8 sips a day, right? And so just get them started early. If you're an adult, you should probably be drinking about half your body weight in ounces in water. So if you're 200 pounds, drinking about 100 ounces of water a day, that's around 3 liters. That's a good measurement. But just getting little kids started, and then
small sips. Yeah. Because my mom always told me you had to have, I forget what the amount was, but you had to drink these giant, water every day, and I'm like, well, that's a lot of water. But if you start with the sips,
a little throughout the day, and ideally not when you're eating, right? So like you want your stomach acids as you're eating to like do their job. So the best time to drink water is when you're not eating.
It's between meals.
It is between meals.
All right, good. It's good for adults too. This information you have. Rich Razgaitis, thank you so much for joining us today and providing this information, because I know we're focusing on kids and the sugar in their body, but adults can also learn a thing or two about this for sure.
All right.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.